Hi, folks. You ever feel like there's a secret that maybe you should know about? That there are people that have secrets that we should know about? Well, Russ Cohart just came out yesterday on News Nation, another veteran, a guy named Don Paul Bales, Bales. And he's basically confirming the other two whistleblowers that Russ Cohart had on his show in the last week. These three guys are saying that somehow we are communicating with these things telepathically. And that's funny because we've been hearing that for 60, 70 years, off and on behind the scenes, that telepathic communication is what's required of these things, and that is even how they manage to move their craft around. It used to be a joke, huh? I used to be one of them that laughed at it. Not a joke. All these military people for years and years, I was talking about one yesterday, Don Kehoe, I think his name was, I don't think he was an admiral, but he was high ranking, Major Don Kehoe. And he was trying to get it out since, I saw a video of him in 1958 on the Mike Wallace show. So something's going on. It's either a psyops from our government, which would be bad, our own government doing this to its own people, or it's true. And they're not telling us for whatever reason. Maybe because the alien abductions. Maybe it might scare everyone. Well, the toothpaste is out of the tube. They're trying like hell to put it back in. We're not going to let them. They're back on their heels, our government. And they're back on their heels from their own making. They're the ones that done this. We don't need to stop. When someone's back on their heels like that, is the time to stop. Keep punching. Keep hitting. More whistleblowers are coming out. Russ Cohart, whether anybody sees it or not, has already given a 1, 2, 3 punch to the whistleblowers. And the rest of the country that doesn't believe should really be taking high looks on what's going on. They should be really paying attention to what's going on. You don't think these military people are going to get up there and swear under no oath, knowing they'll go to prison, knowing they'll lose everything. So, and these whistleblowers that's done that, it seems like we're giving them no respect. We should be sticking up for these guys and going to bat for these guys. They're putting a lot on the line. Their families, jobs, friends, all the things that none of us would want to put on the line. So we need to get a lid on this. Communicate. I urge you to go watch the Russ Cohart show on News Nation that aired last night. If you do that and you watch the other two whistleblowers the last couple of days, you're going to see that there's a lot of people behind the scenes trying to get this out. And there's a lot of people behind the scenes trying to keep it from us. The secret that we all should know. The secrets that's keeping our lives hung up. All this fighting for all these years, as far back as we can remember, maybe 5,000 years, we've been fighting and holding secrets, and this could be the main thing that they've been keeping from us. At least for 70, 80 years, they've been keeping this from us, and it seems like this is behind the nastiness, behind the wars, and behind governments being nasty and hurting their own people, killing their own people for information, killing their own people so they won't put this information out. Well, we need to get excited. We need to stop this because time is running out. Time is short for us. Time is running out for us. Why? I don't know, but they're all coming out and saying the same thing. Lou Alexandro put a book out called Intimate. Not Intimate, yeah. Anyway, we're in a hurry, right? We got intimate. It means now. We got to take action now. Do something now. We're the only ones that can do that. If you're going to sit on the other side of the screen, snickering and laughing, making fun of everybody, well, in the end, you're going to be sitting there with your finger pointing, and everybody's going to be putting their fingers at you laughing, because it's true. It's real. I have experienced it. I have seen it, and I hear other people have too. If I was the only one that thought that I experienced this and didn't see it all over the internet, I sure as hell would keep it to myself, because it hasn't done me any good. It hasn't helped with my family life, my friends' life. It hasn't helped with my life in any way positive. I'm trying to put a podcast out talking about it. It's not helping in any way positive. If anything, it's done anything but negative to me. I've not made a penny. All I'm trying to do is put information out that I think we all should know. And that might be part of why a lot of our lives are miserable, because we're living a lie. And we think we're living the truth, but we're living a lie. So let's wake up, and let's wake up our neighbors and friends and families. And as hard as it is to say this is true, as hard as it is to pass the word on, that's what we got to do. That's what our job is now. Once we know and we see and we've had experiences, it's time to pass that on. So I wanted to get a video out about this because Russ Cohart is becoming my number one guy right now. He's like the superhero that everybody's not paying attention to. Like I said, I think he just gave our government a 1-2 punch, and nobody's paying attention. I am Russ. So as I keep exploring, I'll keep bringing more and more to you. I'm looking for an audience that's kind of up to date, maybe more than I am, that can help me. Because like Proof Simon says, yeah, the crazy professor, gray-headed professor, he says that the proof is out there. And it is. The proof is out there with you. Let's build this channel and make some noise. And go over to watch Russ Cohart and give him a thumbs up. Jeremy Corbell put out something on Weaponized last night that'll really make you think. You should go watch that. He has given a lot. He has put a lot into this. And in the last Congress hearing on this matter, he got the shaft. Go watch how that played out and see how our own congressmen and women are lying and making up things. Listen to from their mouth and make up your own mind. All of us are going to have opinions and stuff, but if we can stay focused and see what this really is about, we might be able to work with each other and quit bullying each other, build each other up. Pablo's got a really good podcast, Mexican podcast. He does it in English, very informative. So, or go watch Patrick over there on Vetted. He's doing a really good job. Now, most of us have a hard time believing it. Me, I didn't want to believe this at all. I even went and seen a psychiatrist. So it's serious. And the people that don't want to believe, that won't even go outside and look up, or go spend one night outside to look up in the air, well, you're going away with the dodo bird, an extinct bird. You're going away with that, because more and more people are seeing reality. You don't want to die thinking you've lived in this world based on reality, and realize you missed the whole point. I've done that myself. I didn't wake up till I was 47 years old. I had an experience when I was 47. No, I was 48 years old. And I had my experience that woke me up. I've had one before that. It didn't wake me up, but it should have, because it was kind of, in a way, a much more spectacular. But my belief system at that time was so strong, I didn't believe anything that was outside my understanding. And I thought there was something probably wrong with me. Our government is allowing us to do that. Our government is allowing us to think there's something wrong with us and our families and friends. That should be enough to make us sick to our stomach. If nothing else, we need to flush the bad characters out in our government, men and women, and start over. It's up to us. We are the people. We are the people that are supposed to be running the show. We the people, not you the businessman, or you the billionaire, or you the millionaire. There's a lot less of them than there are of us. They may be smart in the way to make money, but it would appear that when you dig into some of these people like Elon Musk, and so when you dig in, they seem to be smart in a couple of areas and dumb as a rock in others. It's up to us to see that. It's up to us to see that our president was telling us right before he became president that the first thing he was going to do was put out information about these drones and stuff. We haven't heard that. Now, is it because he can't? Or is it because he won't? Or is it because he's part of it? These are things I don't know. I don't have the answer for these things. What I do have the answer for is something is going on. Some kind of either psyops or the real deal. It could be these things are trying to get a hold of us, communicate with us through our government. Well, I'm going to put it out there for me that my government does not represent me. I want to get to know the aliens or the beings, the intelligent, the people in these craft. My government does not represent me. I represent myself, and I would like, with every fiber of my being, to meet, communicate, and remember these guys, and in earnest try to have a relationship. It might be what they're trying to do. Anyway, this is thought-provoking stuff, real stuff. It's real stuff. You know, one of my favorite scientists, Carl Sagan, used to say, extraordinary proof requires extraordinary evidence. Well, there is so much evidence. All you got to do is look. Even the anecdotal evidence is overwhelming. The evidence that I would bring would only be anecdotal evidence. But that anecdotal evidence adds up. Nobody wants to repeat a story that somebody else told or talk about being captured by UFOs or seeing UFO. Nobody wants to put these stories out, but they're real. It's hard to catch these things with our camera, our cell phone, but there are people out there that's doing the real job, that's got the experience and got the right equipment, like the Podesto brothers over in New Jersey. They're putting a lot of good content out on the Good Trouble Show. They was on the Good Trouble Show. I urge you to go check that out. Give them the thumbs up. They deserve it. These guys have been working their butt off trying to get this information out to you. I don't have people to talk to on my show yet, but when I do, I'd like to get people like R.A.W, Harvard professor, that's talking about this and saying it's true. It's true. We all need to wake up. Anyway, that's the end of my show for now. There's some more podcasts I'm getting ready to watch and to dive in a little deeper, but it's real. So Let's wake up, quit bullying, being nasty to each other, find out what's really going on. If it's not UFOs or it's not little green men or something, then our government is playing some sort of joke or psyops for a reason we need to find out. Because you don't do that to somebody you care about. You don't do that to people you're trying to take care of or you have goodwill towards. You only do that to people you're trying to cause psychological damage to. And it's either our own government's causing a lot of psychological damage for a long time, 70, 80, 90 years, or it's UFOs. And who knows what UFOs mean? And there's entities here on Earth. Maybe they've always been here. Maybe they've lived here first. Maybe they created us. Maybe they are demons. Maybe they are angels. Maybe they live under the water. Maybe they live on other planets in outer space in different dimensions. All this speculation is not going to get us too far, but arguing amongst ourselves. There are real professionals like Gary Noll, Stanford professor, that believes this is real. Do you think that these high-ranking military professionals, these high-ranking scientists in our schools like Harvard and where Gary Noll works, do you think they are going to have these people for no other reason than to lie? They have these people because these people are the best at what they do. They can figure things out without letting garbage in their head. They want the evidence for themselves. They want to see the evidence. When someone asked R.A.W. if he really thinks these things are out, he says, well, if I could see the evidence, the best scientist in the world isn't able to get the evidence, isn't able to get from our government, then they're either hiding it or lying about it. So it's up to us. We need to do like I always say, start a channel, turn the phone on you, push the button, start talking about what interests you. Try to catch flying saucers or any kind of weird thing. Lou Alexandro has the 5 observables. One of the observable is what you're looking at is hard to see, or you may want to take your attention away from it, like you think it's not real or not important. We need to start looking at things that we think is not important, pay more attention to it, videotape it. You know, the people younger than us, under 40, they're quick, man. When they see something coming out, something going on, they're boom. First thing they do is videotape it. You tell them something, boom, they're looking it up online. You ain't gonna lie to too many of these people, too many of these younger guys, like you could us. Anybody 40 and over, it seems like we're easy to lie to because we don't automatically go look up information, you know, right then and there. We got it at our fingertips, we don't do it. So what do? We organize. We stand behind our brothers and sisters that say these things. You know, there's not very many people that's made money from this. And if anything, most people has lost their family and friends, and in a lot of cases, their mental health. Can you blame them? Seeing something that life-changing and can't even get anyone to believe you. It's got to be awful. So, thank you. My shows will get better. My content will get better as I learn to do this. I'm new at this. I'm new on YouTube, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for good. This is way too important conversation to leave it into the government's hands or anybody else's hands. It's up to us, we the people. We matter. And how do you know we matter? Because look what they're doing to get our votes. Look what they're doing to make us think that we're not important. Look what they're doing when they get us to laugh and make fun of our friends and neighbors and family. Can you imagine a kid growing up and becoming a Democrat and hating his family because they're Republicans, or vice versa? Our And R&D has divided the world. Rich and poor has divided the world. Lies and people being honest is dividing the world. And bullies are taking over in those little niches where they can and bullying everybody. You remember those bullies, that's all they got. They don't have anything else. All they got is bullying or trying to make someone look bad. A real man or real person doesn't make somebody look bad. They might challenge them on something. They don't make them look bad. And an intelligent person never calls somebody a liar. They find out the evidence themselves. And that's what you should be doing. And that's what I should be doing. I'm learning as I go. I've been learning for a few years, and you should be too. Don't you think that if any of this is true, that we should all stop what we're doing until our government comes clean? Don't give them a damn thing. Don't work. Don't go to your job and give them a scrambled eggs or feed them anything. Don't wash their car. Don't clean their house. Quit having just disrupt this whole planet. And we can talk to each other. We will entertain each other. If our entertainment is so important to us that it takes over reality, and this what's happening is so profound that it should change all of us. This world is going to be unrecognizable once this is complete. It's going to be unrecognizable to any of us, especially my age and over. So we need to do something, not just sit around and call people names. Do something, organize. So that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving it in your hands. Please give me a thumbs up. Hit that like bell. It does a lot of good. It makes the algorithms say that this is content worth watching. Thank you.